Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the weekly live stream. Hopefully, my mic issues are sorted out. I'm constantly having that issue. It drives me nuts. I'm going to have to buy a new microphone soon. Don't forget to like the stream. Guys, I really appreciate it. I had to restart the stream. Let me know if all the audio sounds good. I would greatly appreciate that. I don't know why that happens here and there. Uh, there's so much to discuss. First off, it is October 6th, 2021. We currently have 1,358 subscribers. I want to thank every single one of you guys. I appreciate it. We have a lot of news to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on in the MMA world. Thank God everything seems good with the microphone. I'm happy to hear that. I appreciate you guys. There's a lot going on in the MMA world. First off, just a quick reminder, guys, if you want to support the channel, become a member of the channel. The link is in the description. If this somehow you're stumbling across the live stream and you're not subscribed yet, go subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers before the end of October. That would be awesome. So it's not that far off, but it's a lot of work to do. It's a big goal. But I know I did a full video, dedicated video on this, but UFC 270, I know there's going to be a lot of questions about that today. So I figured right off the jump, we can talk about UFC 270. That fight card is going to be insane if it just keeps the top two fights intact. Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker 2 as the co-main event. Do you guys realize how incredible that's going to be as a co-main? My guess is they call it a co-headliner because it's that good. That's why I put in the thumbnail 2 main events. Because it's essentially 2 main events. Whichever one goes up top, it doesn't matter. Imagine getting done with Adesanya versus Whittaker 2. And okay, that was great. That was fun. We got some answers. Let's move on to Francis Ngannou versus Ciryl Gane. That would be absolutely incredible. I'm just really hoping that it stays together, guys. I'm really hopeful that it stays together. We also obviously have Derek Brunson versus Jared Kandaner on the card. That's a #1 contender for the middleweight division. So it's always awesome to have those type of fights on the same card. You have a title fight for the middleweight division. You have a #1 contender fight for the middleweight division on the same card. I love those scenarios. I remember a couple years ago, the UFC did a card where it was at heavyweight, and like there was a bunch of heavyweight fights on the main card. I think it was UFC 160. Off the top of my head, that's what I want to say it is. I'm not 100% certain on that. Let me actually pull something up because for some reason it is showing as my thumbnail's not right, which is really irking me. Seems like these live streams, every time I try to do these live streams, there's always some type of issues going on. But I appreciate you guys joining me every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. I try to do these. I've had a good record of doing them. What's going on, Blaze Sports? I always appreciate you, man. You're always watching the videos. You're always in on the live streams. You too, Goat. Goat, I wanted to ask you, did you ever look it up? That TKO retirement, that's a real thing. That's a legit thing. That's what they call it when a fighter quits mid-fight. Is TKO via retirement. Of course, my thumbnail did not save somehow. I don't know how I reused settings from previous stream. It wouldn't be a stream if we weren't having some type of technical difficulties. Okay, it seems like everything's in order now. If you guys have any questions, fill the chat. There's a couple things I want to talk about to begin with anyway. Day one, I will SU. I don't know what that means. What are you saying? Oh, you're going to become a member of the channel. Is that what you're saying? I appreciate you, man. If you do, that's awesome. Either way, watching the videos, being a part of the streams, being a part of the community itself, I appreciate all of it, man. It really helps the channel grow. You're helping the channel grow. And I hope you're enjoying it because I'm enjoying making this content. It seems like you guys really enjoy watching it. I never suspected to have over 1,000 subscribers already 6 months in, let alone to, almost have 1,500. That blows my mind. So that's why I'm always so thankful. I'm always, thanking you guys for the support because it's just insane to me. I looked it up. Thanks for letting me know. We learn something new every day. I thought you were trolling. I couldn't stop laughing. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Main event, Yan Glover, UFC 268, Rose Zhang, UFC 269. Yeah, it's the cards are incredible, man. The upcoming cards are incredible. We're gonna talk about it in a second. But you know what's funny, Goat? Every time I talk, so we're gonna get to it in a minute. We're gonna talk about the fights, but I just want to put this out there. If I mean, Goat, you know what I'm talking about when I talk about Sean O'Malley, and it is all true. I'm not saying anything that is wrong. But when I say, when I throw in there and I say, in the Marlon Vera fight, he got his leg chopped so badly that he had to be stretchered out of the cage with no injury after being flash KO'd. That gets the Sean O'Malley cult following. That gets them so tight. I got over 100 dislikes on that video and a lot of negative comments. They think it gets to me. I just laugh because all the dislikes and all the negative comments just drive the engagement, which that's what YouTube looks for anyway. So it doesn't bother me one bit. But I found it quite hilarious because you guys know at this point I'm trolling, but at the same time what I'm saying is true. But the only reason I'm working it in there is to piss off the Sean O'Malley cult. And it is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. But we'll talk about that later in the stream. Yes, Issa, UFC 267 is incredible. You know, Glover Teixeira versus Jan Blachowicz is going to be a great fight, I think. I'm curious, is Glover Teixeira going to be able to avoid the big punches of Jan Blachowicz and get Jan down, or is Jan Blachowicz going to finish Glover Teixeira on the feet? We'll see. We'll see. It's a great fight. And Sandhagen versus Jan. I'm more excited for Sandhagen versus Jan than I am Glover Teixeira versus Jan Blachowicz. Peter Yan versus Sandhagen is arguably the undisputed belt. I think Sandhagen beat TJ Dillashaw. Yan was en route to beat Aljamain Sterling, even though he did deserve to lose the belt for breaking a rule and throwing an illegal move. Either way, I want to see Yan and Sterling eventually, finish that rivalry or whatever you want to call it. Settle whatever went on there with the DQ and everything. But I'm happy to get Sandhagen versus Peter Yan. You also have Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker on that card. I mean, I've gone over all this, but it's just insane. And 268 is the best fight card on paper I've ever seen. Sean O'Malley's afraid of being tested. He eventually will. Paiva is there to take shots from O'Malley all night. Perfect matchup for O'Malley. Exactly. That's the truth. That is the absolute truth. And what people don't understand is I'm not saying that Paiva is absolutely trash. I'm just saying, if anything, I'm complimenting O'Malley. Because I'm saying I am high enough on Sean O'Malley's skill set that I don't want to see him fight Paiva because it's not interesting to me. I want to see him versus top talent, top 10 talent. That's what I want to see. So they don't realize that I'm complimenting him. But what they're doing is, because they're such D-riders, is that what they're doing is they're trying to up Raulian Paiva. They're saying how great he is. So that way when Sean O'Malley beats him, they can say, yeah, Raulian Paiva was a nasty challenge for Sean O'Malley. He deserves top 5 now. He deserves to be top 5 in the rankings himself. That's what they're doing. They're elevating a guy that they perceive is going to lose. And then when he beats him, they're going to say, oh, yeah, that's exactly, he look at that quality win. And then there's people that are going to say, and I know there's some people that are going to say this, oh, this is a natural progression for Sean O'Malley. It's a small step up in competition, blah, blah, blah. And then in the same breath, they will say, oh, I suspect Sean O'Malley's going to destroy him. Then it's not a step up in competition. Sean O'Malley's getting the MVP treatment like Bellator treats MVP, and that's what's happening. And if anything, that's a compliment to Sean O'Malley because we think highly enough of Sean O'Malley. We're ready to see him leapfrog a guy like Raulian Paiva. That's it. That's the way I feel. And people are taking it the wrong way just because I troll a little bit. Not even trolling. I mean, I just say the facts and get a good laugh out of it. About Sean O'Malley was kicked so hard by Marlon Vera that he had to be stretchered out of the cage. Is that a fact or did I make that up? Somebody tell me. Because it seems like the Sean O'Malley cult does not like when I say that. And let me just say this before I get off the Sean O'Malley thing. I mean, I'm happy to see him back in action. I want that to be known. I'm happy to see O'Malley back in action. He's an exciting fighter. He has a great skill set. But for me as a fan, I'm disappointed because I want to see him challenged by legit competition. And I don't even care if Sean O'Malley wins. If they gave Sean O'Malley, Pedro Munoz, and he starts Pedro Munoz, I would be the first to say, damn, he took a massive step up in competition, and I can't wait to see where he goes next. I'm not a hater so much that I'm biased. It's just, I'm just saying the facts and mixed in with my opinion, and people have a problem with that. And first off, let me just say this before I get off the topic. If Sean O'Malley fought Pedro Munoz has some of the nastiest leg kicks in the MMA game. He would need to be airlifted from the arena. If Sean O'Malley fought Pedro Munoz, he would need to get airlifted from the arena. His leg would be beat up so badly. Joey, I get it. You never lie. You just say how it is. I'm going to laugh right with you. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. I can't see Dan win against Islam, to be honest. If Poirier take him down, Holly Molly, what Islam can do to him. I think you mean imagine what Islam can do to him. Yeah, I favor Islam to take him down and beat him up. But Dan Hooker, every fight starts on the feet. Dan Hooker's got that step in knee. Give me your Instagram address. It's in the banner below, and it's also a link in the description. My Instagram is at MMA Joey C. So go follow me on Instagram. Imagine Kamaru can get a quick turnaround after KO and Colby in the first round and can get on 270. I don't think that's going to happen, but that'd be incredible. Ginge says hit the like button. Do not forget to like the stream. I appreciate you guys. It helps support the channel. EPO aside, TJ is top pound for pound. I don't know, man. I don't know. But maybe. O'Malley versus Patty for the sissy belt. No, they're not even close to be the same division. Patty's going to get KO'd soon. We'll see, man. We'll see. He's still new. He hasn't had 7 fights in the UFC, and he's not still fighting guys that shouldn't even belong in the top 50. We'll see. LOL, he is the GOAT and will be sacrificed for the image of Sean O'Malley. Violence, what's going on, man? Thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate you, my friend. I greatly appreciate you. Let's see. Hold on one second, guys. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If anybody's watching this right now, to participate in the chat, you have to be subscribed to the channel. And that's just to stop trolls from coming in here. I mean, they still can. They can come subscribe. But you guys should be subscribed to the channel anyway. I do these streams every Wednesday. No, he is a goat farmer. Fact, 100%, but he didn't lose. Yeah, no way I'm getting in stretcher unless my leg's completely broken. I'd rather limp out of the cage. To be honest, I don't even care. I just find it hilarious. And you guys, I have that Sean O'Malley picture of him being stretchered out, and I just edited it into every video. And I know that gets the Sean O'Malley called so hot. So hot. They're pissed. Bro, we think the same. I've been saying worst matchup for O'Malley in the whole division is Pedro. Yeah, dude, Pedro has the nastiest leg kicks. He has a granite chin, and he puts the pressure on you nonstop, and he has good cardio. That's a nightmare matchup. Who would you want to see O'Malley fight after he breaks into the top 10? Give him the winner of Dominic Cruz versus Pedro Munoz. That'd be a nice step up, but not too crazy. UFC 270 should be in Africa. I mean, it wouldn't be bad. I think eventually they're going to do one there, but who knows how long it'll take. I would use my broken leg for a crutch to walk home. What's going on, French fries? Name some fighters who were lucky to become champ. Tate and Durandamine. I agree 100%. Nico Montana, I believe is her name. The first ever women's flyweight champ, I believe it was. Who else? Who else was lucky to be champion? I hate to say this. I hate to say it. I respect him. Michael Bisping. Luke Rockhold just came into it super overconfident. And that's really it. I'm trying to think of... I can't think of any more. Is UFC 270 better than UFC 268? I think there's an argument to be had. But right now we don't know enough about the entirety of the UFC 270 card to be able to determine whether or not it is. No one's area would be the same without me. Okay, I don't know what that means. Dan does have decent takedown defense, and Poirier is a lot bigger than Islam. I don't know. But either way, Islam's striking isn't very good, in my opinion. Dan Hooker's is way better than Islam's striking. So I really believe that Dan Hooker can land on him on the feet. And Islam's been knocked out before. A lot of people forget that. I am the GOAT chat room bouncer. I'm not sure what that means. Did you notice how he started to props Chris after the fight? Yes, I did. I did notice that, yep. Brock Lesnar, probably, yeah. Well, the UFC heavyweight division is terrible. Fighters you didn't expect to win a UFC belt. I'm trying to think, man. It's hard for me to think back on all the champions. I picked Eddie Alvarez to beat RDA, so I expected him. I never expected Conor to get there. I never expected him to beat Aldo. I'm trying to think. Who else? I picked Fabricio Werdum over Kane. I picked Stipe Miocic over Fabricio. I'm trying to think of the champions. Middleweight. Chris Weidman. I never expected Chris Weidman to be champion. There's a one for you. Aljamain Sterling. Yes. Alvarez and Aldo. Are you kidding? What does that mean? I expected Aldo to be champ, obviously. The stretcher was because he was tired. Joshua Fabia emoji. Thank you for being a member, Violence. I appreciate it. Yes, definitely Holly Holm. Yep. I did not expect her to become champ. Esparza as well. Yeah, they're all good ones. I'm trying to think. It's hard. I wish there was is there a way I can find a list of UFC champions? I'm trying to think. So middleweight would be. I never expected Weidman. I never expected Bisping. Lightweight, you had Benson, then you had Pettis, then you had RDA. Then who beat RDA? Eddie Alvarez beat RDA. Then who did Eddie Alvarez lost to Conor? Yeah, so I expected all the lightweights. Maybe Volkanovski. I mean, Volkanovski obviously has proven himself, but it's not like I saw him coming a mile away. I did not. I don't know how Holly Holm is constantly getting title fights. I have no idea how she's constantly getting title fights and constantly in main events. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me. The UFC's just I think Holly Holm must do very well as far as drawing eyeballs, at least on free cards, because of that KO from Ronda Rousey sent her into a realm of women's MMA that we don't even realize, because the UFC is constantly sticking her in headliners, and it's driving me nuts. Matt Serra, I didn't watch then, so I couldn't say if I expected or not. Andrade over Rose, agreed. Got robbed of the belt by Cryberry Sterling. Holly Holm got that down south hustle. The Holly Holm fight does not make sense. Are you talking about the one coming up? Holly wasn't lucky to become champion. She ended Row's streak and was impressive in that fight. Hold on, I thought we said did not expect to be champion. I didn't think you said lucky. Maybe it was two questions. I'll be missing it. I didn't expect Holly Holm to become champion. Let me put it that way. RDA is a fight once Conor returns. I think he had to pull from Islam. Yeah, he did have to pull from Islam. From Islam fight. Yep. So, what did somebody say before? Good morning, Joe. Thank you for UFC 262. It was not all, but it reassured me that you got the info. Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. I remember seeing that before. Keep the questions coming, guys. Do not forget to like the stream. I do these streams every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Answer all the questions, talk about all the latest news. There's some other stuff I want to talk about here in a second, but keep the questions coming in the chat. Okay. So hold on one second. Let me put this away. But yeah, run up the likes on the stream, become a member, join via the link below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. All that stuff. Let me throw this graphic in there for you guys. Hold on one second. And throw a bunch of questions in there. Subscribe. Okay, let me turn that off. Let me see what else I have here. Let me see what I put in the title. I always like to talk about what I put in the title, but I just kind of throw a title up and then I can adjust it later. For some reason here. Okay, hopefully I'm still streaming, but for some reason my stream froze. My chat froze. I have to reopen it. So guys, give me 1 second. For some reason, something weird is always going on here. Let's see. I don't know why this happens to me. I've only been streaming for 6 months now, so we will see. The chat is not loading on my end for some reason. Let me see if I can pull it up on my other computer here. I don't know why it's not loading. I don't see what's going on here. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. Let me know. I'll see the chat eventually at some point. But I'm trying to pull it up on another computer because for some reason the page where everything's working on my computer fine, but the page where I read the chat is not loading. So I got 2 computers here, luckily. I'm going to try to pull it up on the other computer. Okay, it loaded up on the other computer. So let's see. For some reason, it's not loading up on this computer. I have 2 computers in front of me. Okay, you guys. Rose the Thug is a female goat. Agreed. Jan Blachowicz, light heavyweight. I said lucky to become champ, for example, JDR. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, for some reason the chat ain't loading up on this screen, so I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of that for temporarily. Number 2 contender versus not ranked makes no sense in my opinion. What about you? What fight are you talking about there? Number 2 versus not ranked makes no sense. What fight is that? Is Holly Holm not ranked in the featherweight? Is it in the featherweight division? There's no rankings for the featherweight division. Isn't it in the featherweight? Holly kicked Ronda so hard she stuck in a time loop. She never did any media after that, which is just insane to me. Holly Holm will do great in boxing. She was a boxer before MMA. She's probably Costa versus Vettori. Who do you have next? I'm mad that I can't get this chat to pop up here. I don't understand why it's not working. Let's see if it pops up here now. Nope, doesn't seem to be working. Oh, hold on, it might load. Oh, this drives me nuts. The stuff like this is just so annoying to me. You know what I'll do? I'll pull up the stream here. Let me just pull up the stream, and that way I'll see the chat rather than being on the thing. Mute that. The chat ain't loading up here either. What the heck? Okay, I'm done even messing with this right now. I'll just keep reading the questions. Costa versus Vettori, who do you got? I am going to go with Costa. I think Costa wins. I think he's just better overall. But it is a 5-round fight. And we could really see, you know, if Costa starts to fade in that 5th round, which his stamina hasn't looked good, but it's when he has a very heavy output. I'm curious if he starts to fade, can Vettori take over? Who do you expect to become champion in the next 18 months? That is a great question. That is a great question. Who do I expect to be champion in the next 18 months? Let me pull up the UFC rankings and see if there's anybody that really stands out to me. Flyweight. I think Brandon Moreno probably holds on to it. Petr Yan in the next 18 months will become champion again. Okay, I'll give you this answer. I'll say Yuri Prohaska or Alexander Rakic will be champion in the next 18 months. How would Prime Ben Askren do in the UFC? He would get brutalized. His striking is just too terrible, and every fight starts on the feet. Who is next lightweight champion after Dustin? Dustin ain't going to become lightweight champion. Charles Oliveira is going to finish him. Number 1 MMA channel. Thank you, Blaze Sports. Thank you, my friend. And Prime Douglas Lima in the UFC. I think Prime Douglas Lima would do okay. Too many grapplers at welterweight. What about the BKFC and the death? Man, that's terrible. That is terribly sad. That's tragic. The guy, you know, I don't know what exactly happened. I know he had issues after the knockout. The guy had been finished so many times and was like something like 6-18 in his record in MMA in general or just fights. I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if he should have been fighting. Somebody needs to be held accountable for that. I don't know if it's a freak accident. There needs to be a medical investigation into that. But I feel like somebody needs to be held accountable for that. You can't be selling pay-per-views and you have guys that are dying on it. And I get that there could be a freak accident, but that is tragic and it's a bad look for combat sports in general. A terrible look. Do you like Fred Edish? I don't know who that is, my friend. You'll have to tell me. That fight is booked. Which fight are you referring to that is booked? What fight are you referring to? Sound is good. Do you need a new computer? I actually just bought this computer. This computer cost me $2,400. It's a beast when it comes to editing. I just think it's issues. I don't know what it could be. I think it might be issues with the streaming software, OBS. I don't know what it is. But it's always driving me nuts. I want to buy a new microphone because the port in the microphone I know is messed up, and that's what causes some issues sometimes. I don't know about the stream. I don't know why this. It's always the streaming. I don't really have any other issues other than when I'm streaming. Sound is good, but thank you guys. For some reason, everything's working fine on my computer. Every page will load up fine, but for some reason the page that shows me the chat will not load up no matter what. I don't know if that's an issue with YouTube of some sort or what. Everything opens up fine, but it just won't load up. So just keep the questions coming. I can see them. Luckily, I got this other computer ready to go. Yes, we can hear you, but what are you talking about? Gane is fighting Francis? Yes, Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is fighting Francis Ngannou, and I cannot wait for that fight. I mean, Ciryl Gane is super technical. Francis Ngannou goes out there and looks to take your head off at every second of the fight. I mean, how can you not be excited for that stylistic matchup? I am so happy because I don't care at all that we lost out on Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis too. I do not care at all. I love Francis Ngannou versus Ciryl Gane. Finally, it loaded back up. I just left it on. Let's see what we got. Vettori going to win Costa Gas third round with Romero. Yeah, but he was putting out he was putting out a lot of volume. Joe, if you had to admit to being a fanboy of a fighter, who would it be? Anderson Silva, probably. Ronda should have retired before Holly. She would be a GOAT. She would still be a GOAT legend. Yeah, but she lost and isn't talking and never talked to the media again. Ryan's got Colby. Ryan, are you a new subscriber, man? Thank you for being a part of the channel. I appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. Haven't seen your name in the streams before. I stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, or at least I try to. And I've been keeping. I haven't not showed up for a while, so we're growing the channel. The channel's only 6 months old, so hopefully, I want to hit you guys. If you have any friends, only if they're going to watch the videos. I don't want no fake subscribers that aren't watching the videos. If you have any friends that enjoy MMA content, send them the channel, tell them to subscribe. We as a community have to hit 2,000 subscribers before the end of October. That's a huge goal. We're knocking on the door of 1,500. I think we can hit 2,000 before the end of October, and that's my goal. So, but only people you know are actually going to watch the videos. Send them the channel, tell them to subscribe. Watch the videos I post, like the videos I post. It helps the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. I want to grow this channel to eventually 10K and eventually 100K. So I appreciate every single one of you joining me for these live chats. Let's see. Joe, if you had him, okay, I already answered that. If I had to be so I already told you Anderson Silva. Dustin isn't beating Charles. I don't think so, but he has a chance. Valentina will be double champ within 18 months. We will see. We will see. Hold on. Jesus. If they make that fight, I hope they make Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Shevchenko 3. I want to see that. Colby is our hope of beating this clown. Rip fake newsman. Hey, Kamaru Usman's a great fighter. Great fighter. I think he beats Colby. I'm sorry, my friend. And I think Burns is the best hope to beating Kamaru Usman. Starting January 1st, Bellator main events will no longer 3 rounds, 5-round main events. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope they're paying their guys more who are going to be in the main events for the extra 10 minutes of fighting. I hate it when organizations keep guys around just getting knocked out. Yeah, it's disgusting. There needs to be... That's what the commission's supposed to be there for. If a guy's losing and losing badly so many times throughout his career, they're there to protect the fighter. The organization is not. You just popped in. You're doing an MMA live chat on UFC fighters, and you don't know who Fred Edish is, the greatest loser in UFC history. Is he old or something? I have no idea who he is. Oh, back in UFC 2? I've only been a UFC fan for 10 years, my friend, so I know everything for the last 10 years. I don't know. I didn't know who he was. But, okay. Justin Gee is a big danger to Charles, in my opinion. If I had to pick the worst matchup for Charles Oliveira, I would say Justin Gaethje. The heavy leg kicks, the nasty power, the good stamina. Because if he can stuff the takedowns, and that's a big if he can stuff the takedowns of Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje is a beast and will light him up on the feet. So if Justin Gaethje can stuff those takedowns, I think he's the biggest threat to Charles Oliveira. But Dustin could pull it off. I just don't favor him. I would say I'm 60 right now. I'm 60% Charles Oliveira, 40% Dustin Poirier. Colby's going to get his ass kicked again. This time worser. Worser's not a word, but I think he's going to lose. I think he's going to get finished this time. In earlier in the fight. Seems like Dustin being champ. Can you imagine crying after Dana puts the belt on his waist? Yeah, but it doesn't always work like that, man. Life isn't fair. If life was fair, Dustin would definitely win. Colby's gonna thunder punch the sticks out of Usman. Okay, I've been watching MMA since 2008. Usman loses this time by crane kick. I believe Justin G can stuff the takedown. That's a big if though. Okay, Joey, I got a question that I understand if you don't want to touch. What do you make of so many female MMA fighters doing OnlyFans now? Is this a fighter pay issue or a female empowerment? That is a strange question that I never anticipated getting on this channel. The way I see it, my personal opinion is, I think it's a combination of both. I mean, even if they were making what they considered to be good money and they believe they can make good money from that as well, I think they would do it. But it's no secret that the pay for some of these fighters aren't that great. And you notice it's not the ones that are suspected of getting high pay that are doing this thing. So I think it's a thing. Everyone's trying to make the most, there's nobody, no matter who you talk to in any sport, in any job, in any field, they want to make as much money as possible in their lifetime and set themselves up. And so maybe that's what they're doing, I guess. Sounds like you're a subscriber, Fight Light Nation. Who are you subscribed to? That's what I need to know. I think Jessica Andrade has one. I've heard that before. I think they talked about it recently before her fight with, who did she just fight? Cynthia Calvillo. They asked her in an interview. Ngannou versus Gane, who wins? We talked about that a little bit. I favor Ngannou. I think Ngannou's power, I just don't see Ngannou getting stopped by Ciryl Gane. And Ngannou just finds a way to land on that chin. He has unorthodox, wild, winging striking, and he finds a way to land on the chin. Ciryl Gane was clipped up a couple times by Volkov, I believe it was. And Ngannou's faster than Volkov. I know Volkov has the better technical striking, but I really believe that Ngannou will find that chin. But that is an amazing fight, and I think it could go either way. Is this true? Give me the links. I don't have it. Gaethje's wrestling is overrated. He has not shown consistent takedown defense without gassing ever. Yes, but also that Khabib fight, he was backing up constantly. He was so scared of the takedown, I think it affected his cardio. Do you have a fighter whose career you think didn't match their potential? Mine is Yoel Romero. He had some great fights and wins, but I thought he was going to be champ and had multiple shots. I'm actually with you. I think Yoel Romero is the greatest middleweight of all time, or you can easily make an argument to say he's the greatest UFC fighter of all time. Do I have a fighter whose career didn't match their potential? I would say Luke Rockhold. I know that's right off the middleweight division. Luke Rockhold, I felt like could have been a dominant champion in his prime, but he gets clipped by Michael Bisping. He went in there overconfident, gets clipped up and KO'd. So I think he's one of them. I'm trying to think of another one. I thought Eddie Alvarez would have done better as lightweight champion. Wonderboy as well. Wonderboy. If you guys remember at one point, people were saying Wonderboy was the next champion. He was going to easily walk over Woodley, draws the first time, loses the second time. So Wonderboy would definitely be one of them. He'll never be champion. I don't see him beating Colby or Usman or Burns ever. So he's never going to be champ. And, a lot of people thought he was going to be champion for a long time. I remember when people were clamoring for Robbie Lawler versus Wonderboy Thompson. Dom Cruz only still gets 90 to show. That's disturbing. Uh, I hope Chandler isn't really going to try to die with Justin Gaethje. Best bet is to shoot for the legs. You never know, though. Firefight with Justin. I see Chandler quitting via retirement. We will see. We will see. How about the chick dude MMA fighting beating? I don't even talk about that, man. That's not in the UFC. That's not in any real legitimate organization. So I don't even care to talk about it, to be honest. Give me Aspen Ladd all day, okay? I don't see Chandler and Justin going the distance. Somehow, someone is getting knocked out. I think Justin G is going to KO Chandler. I think Justin Gaethje finishes Chandler as well. Joey, I see Nunes vacant a 135-pound belt soon. She said she had a bad weight cut in the last 135 fight. Doesn't seem like she has the desire to defend the belt. Why would she have the desire to defend that belt? You know, she can fight at 145 against people who are either undersized or don't belong fighting for a belt, and she can beat them and collect the check. So why would she want to defend the 135? Who knows? Sean Brady has the best chance of beating Usman. Number 2 best chance is Chimaev. Number 3 is Jeremiah Wells. These guys are going to be a big problem for the welterweight division in the next 18 months. I think I'll stick by the best chance to beat Kamaru Usman is Gilbert Burns. 100% Gilbert Burns. I think Gilbert Burns has what it takes to beat Kamaru Usman. We'll see. I know the first fight he got finished, but we'll see. Real quickly, just because I put it in the description, or not the description, I put it in the title. Let's talk about Mackenzie Dern versus Marina Rodriguez. And I'm curious of your guys' picks. Who are you guys picking for this Saturday? UFC Vegas 39 is not very good at all. The main event is obviously the best fight on the card. And I don't even know if it belongs to be a main event. It's an intriguing fight. Don't get me wrong. I like the fight. Probably deserves to be a co-main event of a fight night card. But the rest of the card is just awful, guys. I've already put out a prediction video. You guys should go check that out. But I picked Mackenzie Dern. Marina Rodriguez is far better on the feet. But she gets taken down. She got taken down by Rebus. She got taken down by Michelle Waterson. And if Mackenzie Dern can just get one takedown. And Mackenzie's super durable. So even if she absorbs shots early, I think she'll be able to take her down later in the fight as the stamina wears down of Rodriguez, who tends to fade even in 3-round fights. And I believe that eventually Mackenzie Dern will get her down and submit her. So I want to talk about that briefly. The card is awful. Keep the questions coming, guys. Keep the questions coming. But also, to go back to your comments, Sean Johnson, Sean Brady has a bright future. So does Khamzat Chimaev. I'm not super familiar with Jeremiah Wells. If Khamzat Chimaev can keep proving himself, he's going to be a very interesting matchup for Kamaru Usman because the offensive grappling looks incredible. I'm assuming his takedown defense is very good. And if his striking is as good as he's shown against Gerald Meerschaert and he can make his way up the ladder, I'd be hyped for that matchup. Do you think it's time for Yoel Romero to change his name to Nomero? Sure. Jessica Andrade, Claudia Gadelia, Kay Hansen, Jessica I, Amanda Ribas, Pearl Gonzalez, Rachel Ostovich, Paige all have OnlyFans and so many more. If they are into it and having fun, good times. Sounds like you're spending a lot of money monthly, Fight Life Nation. That's crazy. I didn't know all that. Jeremiah Wells is Gilbert 2.0. Burns ain't got a chin, got finished with a jab. Stop. Gilbert Burns has the best chance. Kamaru Usman has shown he does not want to grapple with Gilbert Burns. He's shown that. And Gilbert Burns, I know he got hurt badly by Usman and got finished. But if Gilbert Burns gets a rematch, I may pick Gilbert Burns in a rematch. That's how I know he got finished in, I think it was the second round. But I think his striking is good. I think he has good power. And, he almost finished Kamaru early in that fight. You guys forget about that. I think he got a little overconfident. I think he kind of wore himself out. I can't remember if he fell on his back or Kamaru Usman fell on his back. I think Gilbert fell on his back. He let him get time to recover. He didn't get up. He just hung out there on his back. Dern all day. Got Dern. I do very good at these type of stylistic matchups. Guys, I am 24-8 in my main event predictions for this year. And if it wasn't for Sandhagen and Kelvin Gastelum, I felt like they were bad decisions. I would be 26-6. That would be an amazing record. And also, I feel like Curtis Blades did me dirty against Derek Lewis. So, getting KO'd, I think he should have won that fight. Mackenzie Dern was also just worrying about their management is stirring them this way and taking a significant cut. K. Jansen just signed with a new management and opened a page. Maybe. I don't know, man. That's an interesting side story that I never really thought of. Mackenzie Dern is also strong and her wrestling technique is getting better. Yeah, but she doesn't have the greatest takedowns, though. That's what I wonder. Marina can shrug him off. I don't know. We'll see. Remember when Gilbert cried because he thought he was so close to winning? Yes, I do. I do. Dern first round submission. Marina couldn't get up off Watterson. That's alarming. Hamza 18-second KO was impressive. It was brutal. The right hand was just crisp. Boom, right on the chin. Shut Gerald Mershard off. Also, I think when Dern hits girls, they show it on their face. Dern hits hard. Obviously, she needs to go for takedowns, but man, when she connects, it's powerful. She is very, very strong for sure. Apparently, Israel Adesanya has one too. I did not know that. I usually do bad on striker versus striker matchups. It's when wrestler versus striker I have great picks. I've been doing very good this year. For predictions. Next year, I'm going to trying to keep track of all my predictions. But I don't like to predict fights that I don't know that much about. And sometimes I feel like I don't have the time to go back and watch some of these earlier fighters. I don't remember their fights. So I feel like I can't give a good, accurate pick. And so that's why I don't pick a lot of the prelims. Plus, not that many people care about them. So eventually I want to get into that. But for me right now, it's hard. I'm 17-15 for main event picks, but I'm 233 and 143 for full card prediction. That's great. What's going on, OG? Gerald just got the biggest upset win over a guy somewhere high on. I remember that. It was nasty. What a win. I think he got hurt early in that fight, too. Very early in that fight. Gerald, okay, I already read that. Let me see what else I put in here. Making sure. Oh, another thing I did want to talk about is I think Leon Edwards is making a massive mistake not taking the Jorge Masvidal fight. Let's see what we got here. Stop it. Guys, go follow me on Instagram at MMA Joey C. But I think Leon Edwards is making a massive mistake. Jorge Masvidal is a big fight and a winnable fight. You never know what's going to happen in that in that Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman rematch. So if Colby somehow pulls it off, or it's a close fight or whatever, they might do a rematch on that. And Leon could be sitting out for a while. UFC could skip over him. God, my nose is itching terribly, guys. This mustache, I need to shave this mustache off. So I think he's making a massive mistake because Jorge Masvidal is not only a winnable fight for him, it's a big fight for him. And he needs to elevate his name. People forget who he is just because he hasn't really beaten anyone. I know he's on a massive win streak. I know he got a good win over Nate, but people only remember Nate almost knocking him out at the end of the 5th round. So Leon's making a massive mistake. He should fight Jorge, get a decent paycheck, beat Masvidal up, and once he beats Jorge Masvidal, there's no denying him a title shot. I agree. While Leon thinks he's getting a shot after Nate win, he's stupid. Gilbert is knocking off contenders right now. Exactly. If Gilbert goes out there and beats Jorge Masvidal, then there's a chance that that he gets the next title shot. So Leon Edwards has had a string of bad luck. I feel terrible for the guy. He should have beat Woodley and then got the next title shot, but he didn't. It didn't happen. So he should take big fights when they're offered to him. And I know how he sees it because I know Edwards is getting a lot of shit right now. But Jorge Masvidal turned down the Edwards fight forever. And then now that Edwards is in the better position than Masvidal wants to fight him. But he had no business giving him a fight before. He said, nah, I don't want that. I don't want that anymore. I agree. While Leon thinks he's getting okay, I already read that. Don't think Leon wants to fight Masvidal as Usman's timeline don't match. Yeah, if he fought him in December, they could match up in spring or summer of next year. So I think it could. I think it could for sure. There's so many great fights. Do you think Nate broke Leon's chin, or at least it's effective? I don't know, man. I have no idea, but he got rocked terribly in that fight. terribly rocked in that fight. If Nate would have went after him a little sooner, I think he could have finished him. I really believe that. If he would have had a little bit more time, he would have finished him on the feet, I think. Supposedly, there's Nate Diaz versus Vicente Luque in the works. People have talked about that. That's been rumored for a while. But I don't think that's going to happen. But maybe. I didn't think Leon Edwards versus Nate was going to happen. So. But Leon got hurt badly. His eyes rolled back into his head. It was terrible. So, guys, keep the questions coming. I want Nate to fight Tony Ferguson. Did you guys watch the Tony Ferguson video I put out? I put out a video of matchups. I really want to see Tony Ferguson versus Nate. Leon said on Arrow Show he would fight Masvidal in December. He said not next year, as he could wait for a title shot. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Nate versus Robbie. That'd be a funny storyline. Guys, I'll be right back. I got to use the bathroom real quick. I got to pee real quick. I'll be right back. Keep filling up the chat with questions. And don't forget to like the stream. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? I'm back. Don't forget to like the stream for me if you haven't already. Run up the likes on the stream. Let's see what other questions you guys have for me. Nate would have finished him. I shouted at my TV, but it's typical Diaz. It was infuriating. Nate won't take the fight. Is Cowboy more of a journeyman or a legend? Journeyman, honestly. Journeyman that stayed active. Which card is everyone excited for? Also, Francis Ngannou, who do you think will win? I'm going with Francis on that one. Knockout power, he finds the chin. Pewter, after beating Sandhagen, I don't think he's hurt. I think he's scared. Where you at, Aljo? Corey is going to murder Ian. I don't know about that, man. Kevin Weeks, okay. Without Joey, this whole effing ship sinks. Could you imagine, guys, how upset... You know how some YouTubers just make videos and then they randomly disappear after a little while? Like, I guess the channel isn't doing as successful as they want, so they just disappear. What would you guys do if I just up and disappear? Like, I just stopped posting videos. You guys didn't hear from me for like 2 weeks. I wonder if you guys would be commenting on videos and be like, where the hell are you at? What's going on here? Are you dead? Are you alive? Because I've seen that happen to like bigger YouTubers where they they disappear for a little while, and people are like commenting on their videos, are you okay? Is everything all right? Please let us know. I wonder if you guys would do that for me. Nate would be a real BMF if he took that Vicente. That's a terrible matchup for him. If he takes that fight, ooh, that is a tough matchup for him. But who knows? Nate and the Diaz brothers in general, they love tough matchups for some reason. I just want to see Nate versus Tony Ferguson. I'm putting out an Amber Alert. I want to see Nate versus Tony Ferguson. And the winner of that fight fights Conor McGregor. That's what I want. I think in a perfect world, that's what we make happen. So, I wish the UFC would make that happen. I hope they do make that happen. I hope it ends up on UFC 269. I want you guys to remember, you heard it on the stream. Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson, UFC 269. I've been calling fights left and right lately before they're announced. So I'm just going to call that one. It seems like my UFC 270 video is doing very well. Whew. I got 109 dislikes on the O'Malley video. That's hilarious. I like to look at it every once in a while and see what we got there. Who would be champ of every weight class if all fights were 1 minute long? Dude, that is the weirdest question. That is a great question, though. Okay. Shit. I don't even know if I got an answer. 1 minute long fights. That would be insane. Dude, I have no idea. I'll say Brandon Moreno. I'll say Jose Aldo for bantamweight. I'll say, who do I want to say for featherweight? That's a hard one. 1 minute long. I'll say Max Holloway for featherweight. For lightweight, Justin Gaethje, I'll say, or maybe even Michael Chandler, honestly. For welterweight, who do we want for 1 minute fight? I'll say Gilbert Burns. For middleweight, Paulo Costa, but probably Israel Adesanya. Probably Israel. I'm trying to think. I'll say Israel Adesanya stays champion. For light heavyweight, Yuri Prohaska. For heavyweight, Francis Ngannou, Amanda Nunes, Rose, Valentina. I'll all stick with all the women's champs. So that seems about right to me. But that's a hard question. Rub some argan oil into your beard. It helps with the itch. You know what's annoying? I usually shave my beard off like a couple times a year, just completely get rid of it. I can't now. It's basically my trademark. You guys wouldn't even recognize me without it. I wouldn't. If I shaved my beard off, I wouldn't even be able to do a video. You guys would think I look so weird. So I can't even imagine doing that. It's like my trademark now. You got to think of the fastest starters. Marlon would be bantamweight champ, not Jose. Yeah, Marlon does start very, very fast. Gilbert got a suspicious chin. Yeah, his chin isn't the greatest, and also he's a little bit undersized. But I still think so. But his chin is suspicious. Nice autographs. Thank you, man. I got more of them. I got to post them. You've seen them on the members only feed, right? Thank you for being a member, Violence. If anybody else wants to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. Go become a member. You get the emojis, plus the loyalty badges, plus I post behind the scenes stuff, and eventually I'm going to do members only chat for memberships when the channel grows a little bit more. I love the sleepy Conor McGregor emoji. So, I still can't believe that we're almost at 1,500 subscribers, guys. Can you believe that? If anybody in here remembers around what number did they subscribe at, let me know. I'm always curious of that. Like, what number do you remember around? I mean, no, you don't know the exact number of subscriber you are. You're not marking that down. But the question I'm asking is around what was I at? Yes, I still have shirts for sale. The link is in the description, my friend. I still got to work on the store, man. I haven't really messed with it. It's a little bit complicated and confusing. But I got to work on reorganizing it. But you can get it in all different colors. The link is in the description for that as well, if you want one. Is Cowboy a future Hall of Famer? For sure. The UFC is going to induct Cowboy Cerrone into the Hall of Fame. Just because he was always fighting everyone. He main evented a lot of cards. He had a lot of great finishes. I'll never forget that finish of Rick Story. Remember that nasty combination Cowboy Cerrone landed to finish him? That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Uh, I remember making like an edit of that and making like sound effects and stuff. The way he landed the punches and the kicks to the body, it was just a brutal combination right for the finish. Probably the best combination I've ever seen in MMA. I know there's probably some other combination that people think of, but that was a filthy combination, I thought. I really did. So I think the UFC will consider Cowboy, just because he was in so many fights. I know he never became champion. He fought so many guys, was so active in the division. I think he will definitely make his way to the UFC Hall of Fame. Now, does he necessarily deserve it? I guess so. Fighting so many times, getting so many wins, getting so many finishes, probably. I don't know, though. I don't really think too much about the Hall of Fame or anything like that. Let's see what else we got here. Volunteer fireman. It seems like how many is there anybody in here that's going to skip the Mackenzie Dern Marina Rodriguez card? It seems like not a lot of people are super interested in that card. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think, because that card is I mean, let's look at it. I know we talked about it a little bit before, but let's look at that whole card. Dern versus Rodriguez. Typology. Let's see. I mean, Randy Brown, Jarrett Gooden is the co-main event. Ooh. Tim Elliott, Matthias Nikolai. I love Tim Elliott. So I'm interested in that fight. But everything else, Phil Hall's is an interesting prospect. The card is awful. Honestly, the card is awful. Who should Bryce Mitchell fight next? That is a great question. Bryce Mitchell, who should he fight next? I don't know, man. Let me look up. I don't like to look up the UFC top 15 rankings, but there's like an MMA rankings that has like a top 50. Let me see what we got there, and let me I try to make one that makes sense. I wish I could say I was here from day one. Either way, man, you're here now. I appreciate you. You just found the channel recently, didn't you? How did you found the channel yesterday, didn't you, Violence? For the Contender Series stream? Does Bryce Mitchell already have a fight? Honestly, I thought he might have had a fight announced. He's been out for a while, hasn't he? I was actually there live when he performed the Twister. Mitchell versus Ryan Hall next. That'd be an interesting fight. I'm trying to think. I wish I could find that website that has the rankings. I don't know if he deserves a ranked guy yet. So Ryan Hall would be a good matchup. But I'm trying to find. There's a website, I can't remember the name of it, that has like MMA rankings. And I don't remember the website name. Do you guys remember the website name? It's not this, is it? It has MMA World Rankings maybe? There it is, MMA World Rankings, UFC Rankings. Close. Featherweight. Hall has a fight. I forget who it's with. Me too. Let's see where he's currently ranked at. Damn. I mean, I know these rankings don't mean much, but where's he at? I can't even find him he fights at Bryce Mitchell fights at featherweight, right? Or is it bantamweight? It's featherweight, right? Okay, so in these rankings, he's currently ranked number 15. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Sadiq Youssef. I wouldn't mind. For a second there, I thought he was at bantamweight, but I was like, no, he's a featherweight. I would like to see him fight Sadiq Youssef, maybe Shane Burgos. I think there's big fights in the future for him coming. When was his last fight? His last fight was October 31st of 2020 against Andre Fili. I was there live when he got the twister against Matt Sales. I was there live in the arena for that. But Ryan Hall would be a decent matchup as well. AJ McKee versus Pitbull 2 is happening. Did they announce that yet? Or just Pitbull said that he wanted that fight? So I didn't see that it was announced yet. So I have not seen that. I got a million tabs open now, guys. But yeah, I say Bryce Mitchell versus Sadiq Yusuf. AJ McKee versus Pitbull. I'll be excited to watch that rematch. I hope they do it. Let's see. Hold on. Can we all say our favorite combo a fighter has landed? Mine is the jab, uppercut, left hand, landed on Glover. Oh yeah. If you vanish, your DMs will blow up. Ryan Hall's a fight. Okay, yeah. Remember what Tim Elliott did to Rosa? Vaguely. I'll never forget. Remember what Joseph Benavidez did to Elliott? That was insane to me. Scott Coker and Pitbull were on at the same time saying that's the direction they're going in. I can't wait to. I'd love to see that rematch. That was a big fight the first time. That'll be a big fight for Bellator the second time. So why not make... What I thought was weird is he relinquished the lightweight belt. I know he did it so his brother's now going to fight for the vacant belt. But if I was AJ McKee, I said I want to fight you at lightweight now for your lightweight belt. So I think AJ McKee made a massive mistake not pushing for that immediately. Because if AJ McKee would have pushed for the lightweight title fight, then he could be double Bellator champ. I think, you know what I mean? That would have been an awesome fight to make. But what time? Let me look this up. What time is the fight card this Saturday? I might do a live stream, but if it's too early, I might not be able to. The main card's at 4 p.m. Jeez Louise. Prelims start at 1:30. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming this Saturday, guys. It's a little bit early for me. But maybe. We will see. But yeah, Ginge, could you imagine if I just disappeared? Imagine if I just disappeared. You guys would be pissed. At least I hope you would be pissed. 6 months, most consistent MMA YouTuber out there, and then he just disappears. I think I was in like the 300 or 400s. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. Either way, we're still small. We're still very small. It's not like I'm famous or anything. Getting recognized at the grocery store. Oh, man. Could you imagine that? If somebody recognized me at the grocery store? That would be insane. That would be insanity. If my YouTube channel is ever big enough where somebody's recognized me, I'm going to be done. I wouldn't have to quit YouTube. Just remember, there will be some of those fighters from the Kandaner series fighting soon, but who do you think will win? My favorite was Gustafson Glover triple uppercut. Made me laugh. That was an amazing combination. This wasn't the most beautiful combination, but to me it was when Dustin Poirier slaps Conor down and he was in the sleepy position. Oh my God, the way he just swarmed him, I don't even remember exactly what it was, but the way he just swarmed him and beat him down, and then eventually he was laying there like this. I enjoyed that so. It was so satisfying to watch. So for me, I would go with that one. But, yep. That was my favorite one. I wonder why this chat one. I'm still looking at this computer. Do you remember the Wonder Boy combination? Which Wonder Boy combination are you talking about? Let me know what you're talking about, Yusuf. Let me exit. I got so many tabs open on the computer. Is anybody skipping the Mackenzie Dern versus Marina Rodriguez card? That's what I need to know. Because honestly, I like caps. I'm half blind. I'm not yelling. Okay, keep out. How long you're still going to stream? A little bit longer. I usually do about an hour to an hour and a half, so just a little bit longer. As long as we have questions, I'll keep going. And I might do a Friday stream too. I occasionally do a Friday stream. And I usually stream the smaller cards on Saturdays, but I don't know because of the time. I don't know if anybody's going to really be interested in that card. So I might put out a poll in the community tab, and if you guys want me to stream Saturday, I will. But if you guys aren't all that interested in the card, I understand. I'm not one of those fake, people who love MMA so much they lie and pretend a card's great when it's not. So, but I never skip cards. I ain't no problem. I even watch the prelims. I try to watch every fight, but a lot of times, with the early timing, I miss some of the prelims. But I try to watch every fight. I have not skipped a card. The last time I skipped a card, I don't think I've ever purposely skipped a card. The last card I remember missing was Max Holloway versus Anthony Pettis. And I had to work that night. And it was a rarity. So that's the last card I remember missing. So if you guys all are going to be here on Saturday, it starts at 4 p.m. Eastern time. The main card does. I'll stream the main card. I'm going to put a poll. When I end this stream, I'm going to post a poll on the community tab. So go let me know there. If I get enough votes to say yes, I'll just go ahead and do it. I don't mind doing it. But I just don't want to do it if it seems like nobody's really all that interested in it. For me, I like streaming the lesser cards because it makes it more interesting for me to see your guys' reactions and to the outcomes of the fights. Trash fight to miss. Yeah, that wasn't that great of card going in anyway. So, I wasn't going to cry about it too much. What's up, Probably 76? Man, thank you for being a member. I appreciate you, Probably 76. And I appreciate the edit to your name. You were spelling probably wrong, and I was hating it. Fights are fights. Maybe we'll get a couple good fights. Yeah, you never know. For me, and I always talk about this. People always say to me, you never know if I can be good after, we don't know. But for me, it's about the importance of the fight. And that's what gets me excited, is the importance of the fight. What's up, Sebastian? I hope you were doing well. I prefer stream when cards are worse. That's why I like doing them when they're worse, because it gives me incentive to watch them. Because sometimes, I'm excited for this main event, but the rest of the card is, maybe, just maybe, I'll get on for, I'll get on early before the main card. But I'll definitely get on for the main card after I put out the poll. If I get a decent amount of yeses, I'm going to do it. People are going to join me. Guys, ask any last-minute questions. I may stream on Friday, and I'm probably going to stream on Saturday for the fights. But any last questions, throw them in there. I appreciate every single one of you joining me. Do not forget to like the stream. Run up the likes on the stream. We do not have enough likes. We had like 23 people in here at one point, and we don't have nearly enough likes on the stream yet. So you guys, in case you forgot because I had to restart the stream, maybe you liked the previous one, go just double check and make sure you like this stream. I would greatly appreciate it. So, we're making our way to 1,500 subscribers. I can't wait to hit 1,500. But more importantly, I can't wait to hit 2,000. This 6 months of doing this channel has been insanity. Yeah, we do need more members. Violence, thank you. We do need more members. I think I have about 13 or 14 members right now. So I appreciate every single one of you members, and we'll get more as the channel grows. And eventually, I think when we get around 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers, and we get enough members, I'm going to do members-only streams. Once it gets really busy, in the chats. Right now we're still, the most we've had in the chat was for like a Bellator fight card. We had like 125 people in here because no one was streaming Bellator but me. So when we get like 100 people in the chat, eventually we're going to start doing members-only chats. I see what you mean. Yeah. I see what you mean, my friend. We usually do. We usually do. Just today, I don't know. Something's going on. But, guys, one last quick reminder. Go become a member of the channel. Look at these beautiful badges. And look at these beautiful emojis. Go become a member of the channel. The link is in the description. It's a great way to support the channel. And I greatly appreciate it. So, we're going to get there, gang violence, though. We're going to get there. We are going to get there. We are going to grow the channel, grow the memberships. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here and being a member. Probably 76. Any questions? You just joined the live stream at the tail end of it. Any questions before we go? Yusuf, I'm going to be streaming. I would say I'm 90% sure I'll stream Friday night. And who knows? Who knows? So I would, if bare minimum, I'm streaming Saturday. But if not, I may stream Friday night as well. I'm not 100% sure yet. Hopefully we get some more news. I'll put out some more videos. If we get some crazy news like in the next day or two, I'll do some streams on that too. I'll do a video about it, and then maybe I'll throw on a stream. I just enjoy interacting with you guys, and also it helps grow the channel. Every time I do a stream, I gain a couple more subscribers, which is always awesome. So I guess if we don't have any more questions, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, Keep Out. I appreciate you. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thanks for being part of the 25th live chat. Join me on Saturday for Mackenzie Dern versus Marina Rodriguez, and I will probably stream this Friday as well. Just keep a lookout for the channel. If you haven't checked out my video on UFC 270, I put it out today. Go check it out. It's out in 4K. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next stream. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night.